Well, we're going to start section. So in the start section, we will is a rapid fire kind of thing. We will answer a total of at most 12 questions in 60 seconds. So each correct answer gets you 10 points, and the section is going to be start in 5 seconds. So good luck, everyone. All right, let's go. 60 seconds, 12 questions. It's supposed to be Earth, artery of I think it's Dan Brown. WTA is a female. Who's the inventor of electronic battery? Sean Volta. The C of Eratosthenes is for prime numbers. Which chemical has the highest electronegativity? Fluorine. What's the name for Severe Pass? The largest continental area, Eurasia. A is a figure of speech. Simile. What's the Academy? The Oscars. What's the name of the Beatles' latest released album? Pass. James Watson for the which type of macromolecule? The DNA. Now that was quite an interesting round. See, oh my God, why did I answer John Volta? I should have just answered Volta here. Now see, this section has 12 questions, which actually goes to 12 categories. The first one is math, physics, chemistry, biology. Biology, and the next one is literature, history, geography, sports, arts, and two questions of just general knowledge, and a question that actually is about English itself as a language. Let's see how many I get correct. The first one is prime. I think now we actually have to wait for the host to mark all the answers. There are 300 people here, so it's actually going to take quite long because the marking system is automated, so it actually might miss some answers. So the host actually have to manually scan them and tick all the correct answers that were marked incorrectly. Now here the first question, I answered prime, which is correct. The second one is Alexandro Volta, but why did I answer John Volta? This is so easy. This is fluorine. I think I think I mistimed this one. I think I did got this one incorrect. It's supposed to be FLOE. I think I messed up the O and the U, so I don't think I'll be getting some points here. The deoxyribonucleic acid is actually the DNA. It's DNA, so my it's the full form of DNA. So I think my answer is correct. The next one, Dan Brown. This one I got correct too. This one, the Great Depression. Oh yeah, this one I actually don't know. The next question, Eurasia. Eurasia is the largest continental area on Earth. It's actually composed of Europe and Asia, hence the name Eurasia. So this question I also got correct. The last one, a female. This one is 50-50. So I got correct. That's 10 points. Ah yeah, the host has begun marking the questions now. So I think I got 5 questions good so far. Let It Be. Ah, yeah, I remember this one. Let It Be is quite a good song with the Beatles. I think it's released by John Lennon, since the Beatles actually broke up and then the actually was split up and went part ways, and John Lennon actually made the song. I think after they released maybe. So this is actually to calm the fans down, and it's quite a meaningful song. I actually really like this Let It Be. So I'm actually quite sad that I got this wrong. Now this one is the first question that I answer. I actually answer win because I just kind of I think I took it's from the Avatar series, I think. But why did I think of Earth? It's actually quite simple, but I kind of panicked there. The next one is what is the Academy Awards more popular known as? It's the Oscars. I actually typed it with an S, so this question I got correct. I think the last question. The last question, a simile is a figure of speech that shows the similarities of two different things. This question I got correct too, so I think I'm going to be getting 70 points from seven correct answers. I think it could have been like 80 or 90 or even 100 if I were to concentrate a little more. All right, so the host is currently marking all the answers. So I hope that so I guess I'm going to skip through the marking and we will go straight to the no one answered Florian correct. I think I'm gonna wait for the host to mark. Maybe I can see who will get what question correct that way, I think. Now the next question, he's marking the biology question, I think. Also, looks like only I got that question correctly, and it looks like host has marked my answer DNA as correct. I think there are a lot of people who type ADN in the deoxyribonucleic acid because in Vietnam we usually call it acid deoxyribonucleic, which is a little more French-like. So I don't think it will be marked correctly in the English context. Next question is Dan Brown. Let's see how many will get it correct. Oh, we have the fourth contestant here who has got their first answer correct. The next question is on the Great Depression. The next question is on the Great Depression, which is quite a historical event. This question is actually belongs to the history category, and I think it's quite difficult. But overall, I think this is actually not a very difficult set of problems. The only thing is that it's in English, so it can stagger quite a lot of English contestants. We'll see if anybody gets this question correctly. So it seems like nobody got the question, the Great Depression, correct. Well, we will see the next question is Eurasia, which is a geography question. This one I got correct too, I think. So it seems like only I got this question correct again. The female question was marked quite quickly because this question is quite easy. The eighth question, let's see the eighth question. The what is the name of the Beatles' latest release album? This one is Let It Be. I did not answer this one correctly, I think. Well, yes, it looks like I didn't answer this one correct. We have three more questions to go. The Earth question is nobody got correct. It looks like English is not really a strong point of the majority of Vietnamese contestants. So this match can be it can be it actually can have quite a special scoring distribution, and so for ones who are better in English has a distinct advantage over this. The we have two more questions, which is the Oscar and simile. Let's see who will score. Oh, looks like nobody got it correct either. We have one more question before we go into the second section, which is the obstacle one. Before that, we'll actually have a 2-minute intermission. Oh, I think this one is a picture of Kizuna Eye. Hmm. It looks like this problem set is actually not really hard, but it staggers the contestants quite a lot. See, the last question on Simulate, there are actually five correct answers, including mine. So it's quite so it's actually quite a fresh setting for the Vietnamese contestant. Now, after the first section, I got 70 points, and the last person, Nguyễn Trúc Quỳnh, who has 10 points. The other who has not opened up their accounts. So the second problem actually is called the obstacle, and we actually have to overcome the obstacle with this. There is one keyword. There's one keyword here that we are supposed to identify. There are also four questions which are for clues, which are actually for direct clues into the obstacle word. So we actually have to answer the obstacle word as soon as possible. And the earlier we get the obstacle word correct, the more points we score. But if we answer the obstacle wrong, then we are actually out of this section. We're not actually out of the game entirely, but actually just out of the section. So there's still quite a lot of chance. All right, we will see that in a second. Let's go. All right, so the keyword today has 12 characters. Which French mathematician is famous for studying, naming the Fibonacci sequence? I think it's Blaise Pascal. So you can actually see in the back is a picture. There's a black picture. Hide behind this is actually another picture, which is another clue in this 12-letter keyword. So we have to Blaise Pascal, or whatever the answer to the first line is a clue for the 12-letter keywords, which we have to identify in this segment. So if I answer the line correctly, the line gets revealed, and I actually score 10 points as well. I hope I got this correct, because Blaise Pascal actually has 12 characters, which actually fits into this line. So let's see if I can identify this keyword. The correct score, if you get one, oh, it's actually not Blaise Pascal. So this line is actually not revealed. You see what the second clue is. Is a flat circular device for storing information. I think it's called disk. Or this. I think I got the answer. I think I got the answer. I think the answer is Tower of Hanoi. Because in Tower of Hanoi we have it's got to be related to math, because the first question already asked us about a mathematician, and the second one is about this. So I think the answer is something about something mathematical with disk, And I think the closest thing I can think of with 12 letters is the Tower of Hanoi. I think this one is Hanoi, and the second line is recursion. So I'm actually out of the game now. Once I press this button, I gamble all my chances to answer a question, but I actually gamble all my chances to answer a question, but it actually so this clue is correct. I think I got that one right. It's a procedure which oh yeah, this one is recursion. So I think my answer is correct, all right. I think my answer of Tan Hanoi is correct. This one is this line is recursion. Nobody answered this one. See, I'm even not even allowed to answer this. So the rule is this one follows. If you answer a line correctly, you get 10 points. Initially, the keyword has the value of 80 points if you answer it in the first line. If you answered it within 2 clues, then you get 60 points, which is what I just did. If you answered in 2, which is capital CV of SRV. I think SRV means Socialist Republic of Vietnam, so it's actually Hanoi. I don't know what SRV actually stands for, but this one is quite cool. Oh, I think we have another person who didn't who decides to answer the obstacle. See, but this game is as follow. If there's anyone who answers the obstacle correct before you, then actually every score that comes after when this person answers it correctly does not count. See, after the 4 clues, we actually have another clue, which is revealing up everything. All right, this is Tower Hanoi. The first line is Edward Lucas. This is quite difficult. See, the initial value of the obstacle is 80 and it drops by 20 after every clue, and it actually drops to 10 points once everything is revealed here. So I answered this one correctly. That means I should get 60 points. I think I should get 60 points. So my score is going to be raised up to 130 points. Now we wait for the host to mark the answer. All right. Oh, there are 70 people who actually got there actually there are actually 70 people who answered the obstacle correctly. That is Tower of Hanoi. But since I am the first one to answer, so only I get 60 points for this one. So now my score is 130. Okay, so the third section is called the acceleration. We actually have four questions here. All of them are picture questions, and we're supposed to be answering something. So the next one is actually based on speed quite a lot. The fastest correct answer gets 40 points. The second fast correct gets 30, and then 20, and then 10 points. Any wrong answer, if you do not answer, then you don't get any points. See this section, you can actually fetch up to 160 points across four questions, which is quite a lot. So I think that there are still a lot of chances for everyone. I also think that I can fetch a lot more scores here. I wish there were more English speaking people who plays these kind of matches, because I really like these kind of quizzes. All right, we will get to the acceleration section in 0 seconds. All right, let's go. Let's hear the first question. First question is usually an IQ question, and third question is the arrange question, I think. Fill in the blank with suitable character string. Why are you CREMSUNEV? SRAM. Mars. Yeah. Earth, Mars, Venus, Mercury, and the last one. The next one I think it's Saturn. Yeah, Jupiter. Uh, Ju- Jupiter. Oh yeah. See, this question is actually the name of the planets in reverse, because if you reverse the CREM here, you get Mercury, and if you reverse this one, you get Venus, and then Earth, then Mars. So you actually have to type Jupiter in reverse, which is the fifth planet in our solar system. This is actually an IQ question. So the first question of the acceleration is always an IQ question, and the second and fourth is always the question with multiple clues, which will be shown sequentially, and you have to guess the what it asks for as early as possible. So I think I'm going to get 40 points in this question, because I am the only one who get this one correct, I think. Jupiter, did I spell it correctly? I think I did. Yeah, if you reverse the red push, you get Jupiter, which is quite cool. Which is quite cool, I think. Okay, so we have 3 questions to go. Hmm. Let's wait for the host to mark this question to see if anyone. But I think the answer string is unique, so it should not take the host too long to mark this question. Yeah, I didn't talk about the third question, right? The third question is the second and fourth question are usually a series of clues which you have to answer what it talks about. And the third question is kind of arranged where you are given various clues. Yeah, there you go. What is this? A twisty puzzle. I think it's Rubik's Cube. Has many colors. It looks like it. Yeah, I think it's a Rubik's Cube. I think I got it correct. Best Solitaire, yeah. Oh, WCA, Word Cube or Association? Yes, Rubik's Cube. Yeah, I think it's supposed to be Rubik's cubes and not Rubik. In Vietnam, we usually call it Rubik, khối Rubik, which is means Rubik's cube, but we usually just call it Rubik for short, which is why I think that a lot of people make this mistake. See, I think Erno Rubik. I think is that his name? I hope I didn't mess up like Sean Bolter before. Yeah, I think I messed up Sean Volta with Sean Travolta, I think. So it's actually quite a nice reference that I mistake there, but it's called Rubik for short, but Rubik is actually the name of the person. It's actually not the name of the cube. The cube actually doesn't have any name, so people just name it Rubik's cube. Some call it the puzzle cube too, but this is actually quite interesting. It's a puzzle with like billions of states, so it's quite amazing how speed cubers can do it quite quickly. So I think the contestant had the answer, which is 9 colored cube. I think it is written in the Vietnamese keyboard, but it's not correct anyway, since a Rubik's cube has only 6 colors. Alright, so we'll wait for the host to mark this question. So see if anybody has any interesting name that is actually correct. Oh, I think the Rubik is actually correct. So put the names in the order. This one is actually quite difficult. The Call of the Wild I know is by Jack London. The first picture is by Edmondo de Gamicis. So the first one, Kure and the Gladfly, Shini Aitmatov and Italian Ibonific. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not very sure. See, but at least I know that the Call of the Wild, the third book is by Jack London, is taught in Vietnamese schools. The first teacher, I think, is by Edmondo de Memisis. It's quite an interesting work. But the first one, the Cura and the Catfly, I actually have no idea. This is actually the first time I've heard those words. And I don't think I can even pronounce these people's names correctly. But anyway, we got our answer. I answered CDAB, just like the fourth player. And the second and the third player doesn't really get it correctly, I think. Because I know that Call of the Wild is by Jack London, so the third letter has to be A. If I answer this correctly, then I will get 40 points, and the fourth contestant will get 30 points, or nobody gets anything correct, I think. But anyway, I am. Oh, it's actually BDAC. So I actually messed up quite a lot on this. I actually messed up to Korea in the first picture. Which country is this? Alright. Oh. It's in South Europe, I think. You can see BAM. Sarajevo. I think it's Lithuania. Zhezhnita. Was it Romania? Modrak Lake. Pilva Waterfall. Shinuknik. Ajinjeko. Bosnia. Whoa, this question is looking really difficult. Oh, we actually have someone answer this one correctly. It's really fun seeing someone correctly. See, it's actually quite interesting how the I think the third player is the only one with an incorrect answer on the Rubik's cube problem, right? So, but it actually this question they actually got it correct. So it's quite an interesting development we have here. I think this question is quite difficult, and the clues are pretty vague as well. But it's quite interesting to know that there are a lot of countries in the European Union that I don't know about. But I'm Asian anyway, so what does that matter? Well, we're going to wait for the. I think there are a few people who wanted to answer Bosnia, just simply Bosnia and without Herzegovina. I don't know. I don't know it correct because I actually don't have a lot of knowledge in this country. But I think that the second player tried to write Bosnia here. I think they were trying to write Bosnia, but they pressed enter in panic, or maybe they just got the spelling wrong. Anyway, we will wait for the results after the third segment. See, an interesting thing about this program is that it actually forces you to go in a full screen mode, which you have to do it by pressing F11. It do it so that it prevents cheating in players because you can easily tap out and Google. So this actually has quite an interesting anti-cheating measures. So if you so it's still pretty so you can actually still cheat by using a mobile device to Google, but I think this is there are no prizes here. So if you do use Google, then it's kind of your own loss in a way. So it's kind of depends on how much the players are willing to cooperate with host, which they actually do it quite well, which is a good thing. I think I earned 80 points through the two questions. So they did not. So the host actually did not mark Bosnia or Bosnia and Herzegovina as correct. So there was actually only one correct answer, I think. It's actually quite. The fourth question is actually quite a difficult question. But anyway, I still take the lead with 210 points. The other players are following with 20 and 40 and 40 points. So we're going to approach the last segment, which is the finish segment, quite soon. This segment is this is one is just question answering. There are 10 questions, which with various difficulties. It's usually in increasing difficulty order. The first five questions are worth 10 points. Uh, the next three questions are worth 20 points, and the last two questions are worth 30 points. And the and you get 10, 15, and 20 seconds respectively to answer each questions. And the scoring is actually quite interesting. You actually don't just get that much score for uh, they actually don't have that much score. Hmm. They actually don't just get whatever you answer, but there's quite interesting score mechanism which I'll come to in just a second. Now we get to the question. All right, we get to the first question. What does F in the letter WWF stand for? I think it's fun because WWF stands for World Wildlife Fund, if I recall correctly. Also, we got three answers for funds, which comes from Chanang Toning, Wenchu Quing, and me as well. And what is foundation? I think it's federation or foundation. Everyone gets 11, each correct answer gets 11 points, which is very interesting. All right, let's see the second question. Name for which would appear the last? England, Ireland, Scotland, I think. And well, oh my God, I can't remember. I didn't remember the last question, the last country in time. See, but I do remember the four countries, the four nations. They are Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland, and England. So Wales was actually the one that would come last. See the points that you get for this question actually depends on how actually kind of depends on how many people getting it correct. See, this person got 16 points just now. All right, let's see the third question. Four presidents we assassinated: Garfield, Kennedy, and Abraham Lincoln, I think. All right, so we got three answers of Abraham Lincoln. Now see, if only one people get it correct, they will score 16 points. If three of them answer correct, each will get 11 points. If two get correct, then each will get 15 points. And if all four correct, then they will just get the 10 points. In the 20 points question, you just multiply by 2, and in the 30 point question, multiply by 3. So you can actually score 48 points in a 30-point question if nobody gets it correct, but except for you. So this section actually brings the most score out of all the sections. So there's still chances for everyone here, I think. All right, we have went through 3 questions now. We will be getting 7 more questions. We will be approaching the 20-point questions very soon. I think we should mark Lincoln as correct here because there's only one president in the US history that's named Lincoln, I think. So yeah, we should definitely mark Lincoln. All right. Which organelle appears only in plant cells? I think it's uh, oh my God, I didn't type it in time. It was this one is actually quite a difficult question in English, but in Vietnamese it is quite well known. It's actually the chloroplast, which contains which I did not manage to type in time. It's called chloroplast, which contains the chlorophyll, which is the green pigment of plants and also helps in photosynthesis. So this question is quite difficult, but it's no, I take it back. This question is actually quite easy, but very difficult for a non-native speaker to recall that and actually type it down in 10 seconds. Hmm. See, since nobody answered this one correct, so nobody will be getting any points here anyway. So I might as well skip this recording to the next question. All right, so nobody gets this one correct. Let's see the fifth question. There's a fictional character by J.M. Barrie whose young brother can fly on. Oh, I think he's Peter Pan. Yeah, Peter Pan. I think three people got this one correct. I think this picture of us is a picture of Kizuna Ai, right? My famous game streamer. Yeah, yeah, she's really entertaining. Kizuna Ai, Kizuna AI. Well, but anyway, Peter Pan or the boy who never grows up, who lives in Neverland, and is the answer to the fifth question. Worth 10 points. So if this answer is correct, then everyone who get answers this question will get 11 points. And we will be approaching the 20 points mark soon. In each 20 points questions, we will get 15 seconds to answer. I hope they won't be too difficult. I think there was a movie about this character, right? I think there was a movie that's called Pan that's quite recently. I actually haven't watched that movie. Maybe it's pretty good. Maybe I'm gonna watch it sometime. I heard that's pretty good. All right, looks like everyone got it correct. Let's see the 20 question. This is disease which runs in whole partial memory loss or excessive use of sedatives or drug. Hmm. I think it's Alzheimer's. Yeah, I think it's Alzheimer's disease, or maybe some sort of brain disease, which I don't really have a lot of knowledge on. But I think Alzheimer's should maybe is also a correct answer. I think the host this time is pretty lenient. Maybe he'll just mark just about any valid answer is the correct one. So in this 20 points question, you will get 32 point if you're the only one who got it correct. And if there are two or three or four people got it correct, then the number of score you get is 30, 22, and 20 points. It's called amnesia. Why is it called amnesia? Oh my god, it's weird. Whereas like splash, I think it's called omotopedia. Um uh, this is what a really no omotopedia something. Yeah, I think this one is this is a really difficult word to remember. whoa, I really can't remember. I think it's called a onomatopoeia. I think something onomato. It yeah, it's called the words. Yeah, it's got an onomatopoeia. Onomatopoeia, which is a really difficult word to remember. So this question actually nobody has it correct. So like I think this question is like really difficult and this is actually really difficult for 20 points. Even in Vietnamese is hmm actually I don't know what this word means in Vietnamese either. So this is actually an extremely difficult question both in English and in Vietnamese. It's actually quite difficult. It's actually quite cool how the host did not put meow meow in here because cat is actually the best animal ever. Splish splash is I don't know what splish splash is the word of which animal, but anyway, all these are words that actually uh, words that simulate some animals animal speaking like meow meow or bow wow or cock a doodle doo. I think yeah. So I really don't know what this word is in Vietnamese either. So it's really difficult question. So it looks like about nobody will be getting the point in this one. So we will move on to the next question in just a few seconds, I think. I hope. All right, it looks like my guess is correct, but nobody will be getting the score anyway. The Ballon d'Or is, oh my God. Who was the first non-European player to win it? Um, who's the only goalkeeper to win it? I think it's Lev Yashin, and the third one is I don't know. See, I actually don't know this one. I only know that the only goalkeeper to win this award is Lev Yashin, but I don't know the first non-European player. So we actually have to answer two separate questions in one, which I think the second question is already difficult as it is. But this requires some complex sport knowledge, which is quite difficult even for a 20 points question. Oh my, the 20 points questions are already this difficult, so I have no idea how the 3 points will turn out. We have two more questions until the end of the segment. So they are both 30 points question, I think, which will carry a lot more. But I don't think anybody at this point can beat my score anyway. George Mane Opong Usmawene. Never heard of that guy. Let's see. What is the full name of the terrorist militant group ISIS? Uh, Islamic. Huh? I have no idea. Israel. Islamic. I don't know. Islamic State of Iraq and the Levant. The third player actually used Google on this one because this question is actually really bad. It can ask you to like remember the entire word, and it is a global issue, all right, but this one would be more suitable for a 20 points more than 30. I think the 20 point questions are a lot better. I don't really like this question much, but I think that the third contestant will be getting a full 48 points on this question. So it will gain them quite a distance from the other two, I think. If he gets it correct, of course. All right. The group ISIS. Oh, Iraq and Syria. So they actually gained 48 points on this one. All right, let's see the last question. Which genetic disorder is caused by chromosome deletion on the fifth pair of chromosomes? I think it's called Edwards syndrome. Now, I would actually love to know a citation for this question because there actually can be quite a lot of deletion disorder on the deletion on the fifth syndrome, I think. Maybe it's Edwards or maybe it's some other syndrome. Maybe it's leukemia. I don't know, but I would really love a citation on this one because chromosome deletion on specific parts of the chromosome can actually really lead to quite a lot of genetic disorders or genetic defects. So I think this question needs more clarification. All right, we will wait for the answer of this question. It looks like I did not get a lot of questions correct on the last segment, but it's still enough for me to get first place anyway, as I did quite well with the first three segments. So I think I'm going to be getting first place in this match. I think I'll be getting first place on this match. So the next match, I think I'll be placed on a higher rank where the players are actually a lot better. I hope so. All right, so maybe I'm going to end the stream early, and it's not a stream; it's actually a recording. But whatever, I think I'm going to end this video early, right after this question, because I got some other work to do as well. So I'm going to try and complete this as soon as possible. I think we will wait for the answer. Oh, it's called Cry du Chat. Oh yeah, I know that. See, the cry shack is a syndrome which causes people to kind of not be able to speak properly. So poor the people, I think so. Cry shack actually means the cry of a cat. So it's quite a well-known question in Vietnamese, but it's really difficult when put in English. So I think it's the 10 points question. So for the 30-point question, I think it's a correct place. All right. So thanks for having us. Thanks for having me today. See you next time.